All right, everybody, we're coming to you live, and boy, and what we got going on at Jack Yates Men of Valid and the luncheon for July the 9th, Ronnie?
Yes, July the 9th. That's July the 9th this year.
Okay, and it starts at 11 a.m., right?
11 a.m. It's a luncheon and not a breakfast because Luby's doesn't do breakfast anymore. They just do luncheon. So it's 11 o'clock on July the 9th at Luby's.
Okay, now, before we get started, and Ronnie Branch is the president of the Jack Yates Men of Valid, and we're going into our 7th year, Ronnie?
8th. We're going into our 8th year.
8 years that we've been doing this and getting the men, the Jack Yates men, to come together. And first of all, I like to say thanks to all the Jack Yates men who have been contribute to making this broadcast affordable for you guys out there on Facebook to look at it. I'd like to thank all the Jack Yates men of Valid who donated to Bully Production. Thank you so much. And Ronnie, with this being the Father's Day weekend, what do you want to do for the guys of the Jack Yates Men of Valid? What, do you have anything you want to tell them?
Yes, I would like to say happy Father's Day to all the men of Valid, all the men who graduated from Yates, who went to Yates, who are still with us, because we've had a lot of men we call fallen lines who passed in the past couple of years due to various illnesses. And for those of us who are still around and kicking, I want to say happy Father's Day, and I pray that this will be one of the best Father's Days of your life.
And we're talking about here Father's Day, and and we want to also mention, Ronnie, that on the luncheon that we're having on the 9th of July, 11 a.m., at Luby's Cafeteria, and that's on the corner of Belford and Post Oak and the Mars Shopping Center. And what are we planning on doing? Last month we got all the ladies together, the widows came together. It was such a nice thing, and we got Mr. Mohead to come in, and it was so nice that we did this for all the ladies whose husband have passed away, and to let them know that they are still part of our thoughts and our prayers over there at the Jack Yates Men of Valid. Come in and let them to say this, Ronnie, and we want to use this platform to recognize and pray for some of the guys who are having a lot of problems with their sickness and their illness, because we all getting old. All of us guys are well over 60 years old. Some of us is over 70. And so we struggle with our health. Everybody ain't blessed with good health, especially when we start getting up some ages. And we want to pray for some of these guys, such as Mr. Danny Armstrong out there in Little Rock, Arkansas, such as Mr. Perry Hall, who right here in Houston, class of 1965. Him and Danny Armstrong are part of Jack Yates 65. And we don't know the rest of these guys. And we want to also make sure that good people like Miss Lillian Harrington give Ronnie some update on people who have passed away, so Ronnie can know these things. And also Miss Dolores Johnson of Jack Yates class of 1958. She can also email Ronnie and let Ronnie know some of the guys who have passed away, even some of the guys who have sickness and need prayers, because prayer is answered. The more prayers you get, the more answers you're going to get. That's just the way I feel. So we want to use this platform to pray for some of these guys, because they need prayers, and want to pray for their family. Not only the ones that have fallen down, but the ones who have been sick. And also other people such as Mr. William Harvey up there in Arkansas, Jack Yates class of 1960. He having sometimes his legs are having problem with his legs and his back. Prayers. We need to pray for some of these guys. And anybody that you know that need prayers, please email Ronnie Branch. That's our branch at 044@yahoo.com.
No,
I got it.
Our branch 044@AOL.com.
And let him know, especially the Jack Yates Men of Valid, we want to try to keep our family together. And the only way a family going to stay together is to pray together. And then, too, I'd like to also thank all the Jack Yates men who have donated for this to be a broadcast. See, this stuff costs money, and I'm glad to see them guys step up to the pump and help me to put these broadcasts together for you guys so y'all can enjoy looking at them. And we know we enjoy looking at them because every video we put up, we hitting 2,000 people, at least. And that's all over the country. So these videos are very important because it keeps our family close, connected with each other. You know, just like Sam Putney from Dallas, who flew all the way down here from Dallas month before last in May. Just like Mr. Luther Fellow flew all the way in from Augusta, Georgia, down here. All of these guys are the class of 66. You know, we want to try to get all these guys and all these classes to come together as a group. And Ronnie have already got the things out there for them. You don't have to do that, Ronnie, because we can always broadcast it. And we can always broadcast the Fabulous 50s. They're part of this. Come on out, Mr. Robert Jones and Mr. Judge Green. And if y'all feel healthy enough to come, we would love to invite you to come on out. And some of the guys who finished in the early 60s, we love for you to come on out. And all you guys finished in 61, we need Mr. Jerome Popcorn, come on out. Now, one thing about Mr. Charles Spiller gonna always come, you know, and I appreciate Mr. Spiller coming in and doing what he have to do to keep our family together here at the Jack Yates Men of Valor. But all you guys that's finished in 62, come on out. 63, we need you. Earl, we need you. Will Jones, we need you guys. And 64, you know, Jerry Shepard gonna always, him and Lawrence Williams and Fred Marshall, they always stepping up to the pump. You know, and 65 class, we need you guys. Bro Dick, I hadn't seen you in a good little while. I hope things are doing well with you. One thing about it, Mr. Otis, well, that's Mr. Grady Caverns and Mr. Cooper. They always come around, man. That's the class of 65. And also, we need some of the 66 classes. They stepped on right on up to the pump, man. They came on in like I say, Sam them came out of town to represent. John Tankersley came in. You know, now it's the 67. Ron Reed came in. My good friend, whom I hope to die hard buddy, Kenny Ray Williams, he came on in. I picked him up. Me and him and Cooper rode together, man. And Kenny loved coming back out here. That's Kenny Ray Williams, class of 1967. And Mr. Roland Cotton at 68 told me he gonna do everything he can to get Mr. A.C. Jefferson and some of Mr. Major James King to come on out to represent their class. And then we're talking about the class of 69. We need some of you guys to come on out. The class of 1970, we need y'all to come out. The class of 71, Mr. Robert Dooley and them, we need you guys. Even Carl Davis, Carl, come on out, baby, and represent your class in 72. And what can I say, in 73, we need all you guys in the 70s to come on out because we are setting an example for these guys in the 2000s. They look upon us. And when they see us unifying ourselves, they feel like they can do the same thing too. It gives them a challenge. And we can do this. We've been doing it for going on 8 years, right, Ronnie?
That's right. It will be 8 years this coming September.
And you know, so we don't want to stop, but we already started. And Ronnie, when you started this, I'll never forget. I was at Sterling Stewart, Jack Yates' class in 1964 at his funeral. And I remember you saying, man, I'm tired of us meeting together at these funerals, man. Let's put together, we don't know when each other might leave here, today or tomorrow. So let's come together, still a meeting up at the funeral. Let's come together every other month and meet together as all men. We're not discriminating against ladies, but we need to set an example for these young men. Because some of them don't know how to respect a lady. Some of them don't know how to treat a lady. And it ain't their fault, but it is their problem because nobody never told them. But then this is the reason why we got to set an example while we still living. Because when we leave here and it ain't no example set down, these black young men's gonna be in trouble. That's all I got to say, because we got to come together and pull our youth in with us.
Right.
And and this is something that they can see, and we welcome them to come in. We welcome them to ask about the future, or the past, or the things that happened at Jack Yates when we were going there. So July the 9th, everybody, we want to see your face in the place. 11 a.m. Lewis Cafeteria, July the 9th. Lewis Cafeteria, located on the corner in the mall parking, in the mall shopping center, right there on the corner of Post Oak and Belfort. And Ronnie, you have any other thing to say? Because man, I said enough.
Yeah. Only just to piggyback everything you said, Booley, is that we want everybody to come out and enjoy yourself, because the one thing that has on almost all the 8 years that we've been having this, the one thing that happens is at every affair that the Jack Yates Mental Valley, one or two people would come up to me and say, I'm so glad I came because I saw so-and-so and I thought he was dead. And I'm so glad I came out to see him because I haven't seen him in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So think about that. Don't take this for granted that, I'll come to luncheon. I see some of these guys. We've had people that say they're going to come and have been coming, and all of a sudden we get a notice that they've passed, and people say, I was going to come to the next one. Well, put forth a special effort is all I can say.
And that's July the 9th.
July 9th, Luby's Cafeteria, corner South Post Oak and West Belfort.